The question for this episode is, how do you debug your Aura components? Now, there are two ways by which we can debug our Aura components. The first one is by enabling debug mode. For that, we need to go back to setup view. And then I'm going to search for debug. Let me click on debug mode. And we can enable the debug mode for the particular user. Now, this is one way of doing it. But the downside of this approach is, back in the org, let me try to open this sucker up. In the console panel, when we enable the option, it's going to show us whole bunch of logs, and it becomes very tedious for us to understand the logs that gets generated here. It is going to just flush out logs like anything. Now, the second approach that I personally use is making use of Chrome debugger. And what I mean by that is, right beside console panel, we have something called sources panel. And when you click it, based on the page that you're viewing, it is going to make sure that the components are fetched and displayed back to us in the pages tab. For example, if I open this up, we have something called queue handle changes. This is the JS file that is associated with this component here. Now, just for the sake of demonstration, I have added this component called queue styles to queue handle changes. Practically, queue styles has got nothing to do with queue handle changes. Only for the sake of demonstration, I have added it. Let me go back to the browser. I'm going to refresh it. Now, handle changes is the parent component within which we have a child component. And we'll try to make use of sources panel here. I'm going to scroll down, and when I click on components/C, it is going to show us two JS files, one related to handle changes and the other one related to styles. Let me click on this. And the beauty of this is we can apply breakpoints. I'm going to scroll down. Let me add a breakpoint here. And likewise, I'm going to add a breakpoint here. So basically, whenever we try to make any change to the account record, execution gets into this if statement. And when the execution comes to this line, you're trying to halt the execution. Likewise, when the record is loaded, execution comes to line number 32 and we're trying to halt it there. So the beauty is we can apply breakpoints, and likewise we can see the runtime values of the variables, and we can do a whole bunch of other stuff. Let me give you a visual confirmation. There you go. The page is reloaded. Execution comes to line number 32 because change type is loaded and it stops here. When the execution stops here, it means that this line is not yet executed. And when you go back to console panel, you'll not see the log statement here. Now let me go back to sources again. I'm going to click on this line. Now it's not a mandate that we have to click on the line below that, but the only point that I'm trying to drive here is we can go ahead and we can apply as many breakpoints as we need. Now let me go ahead and click on the resume script execution icon. And when I click on the resume script execution icon, you'll see it here now. Likewise, allow me to make some changes to the record. I'm going to click on save button. Looks like there is a mandatory field that we are missing out. Click on save. There you go. Once again, it is going to hit the breakpoint and it is going to stop the execution at line number 16. As I had mentioned earlier, we can see the runtime values of the variables. What I mean by that is I can just on-hover my mouse on this variable called changed fields, and it is going to give me information. As of now, it's an object and hence we cannot see it. And if you notice it, changed fields is proxy, which means it's an object. That is the only reason we are trying to stringify it and display it back to users. And I think you get the point. Almost every time you'll find me using Chrome debugger rather than the debug mode which is given to us by Salesforce. I personally feel it slows the development process a lot, and it just flushes out all the logs in the console panel, which becomes very hard for the developer to follow. So that's all for this episode. See you in the next one.